हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप सभी। सबसे पहले तो आपको शुभ प्रभात, क्योंकि ये वीडियो मैं आपका ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में रिकॉर्ड कर रही हूँ। वैसे तो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त आपका 4 बजे माना जाता है और अभी बजे 3:02, लेकिन 4 बजे तक आपको ये वीडियो देखने को मिल जाएगा, क्योंकि मैं इसको अपलोड करूँगी तो 4 बजे तक ये अपलोड हो जाएगा। और मैं आपको बता देती हूँ कि आपकी इस पेपर की इंग्लिश पोट्री की मैं 3 क्लास पहले ही अपलोड कर चुकी हूँ। ये आपकी अंतिम रिवीजन क्लास है। उन 3 क्लास में मैंने डीप में जाके जितने भी इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है वो सब कवर करें, यूनिट वाइज आपके कवर करें। मेरा सजेशन तो यही है कि आप वो 3 वीडियो देख के ज़रूर जाइएगा। तीनों वीडियो मिला के मुश्किल से वो 1.5 घंटे के वीडियो हैं, आप वो देख के ही पेपर देने जाएं। लेकिन अगर आपको लग रहा है कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो ये आपकी एक अंतिम रिवीजन क्लास है। इसमें ऑल यूनिट आपकी एक वीडियो में मैं कवर करा दूंगी। इसमें मैं बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन नहीं कराऊंगी। देखिए, ये नहीं कह सकती कि इस वीडियो से आपके सारे क्वेश्चन फंस जाएंगे, लेकिन बहुत सारे आपके जो क्वेश्चन हैं वो इस वीडियो से आ जाएंगे। लगभग 7 से 8 क्वेश्चन आपको इस एक अकेले वीडियो से देखने को मिल जाएंगे। लेकिन अगर आप वो 3 क्लास करके जाते हैं तो आपके 60 से 70% क्वेश्चन आराम से जितना मैंने कराया है उससे आ जाएंगे। लेकिन अगर आपको वो बहुत ज़्यादा है कि मेरे पास समय कम है, मुझे आधे घंटे ही पढ़ना है, तो आप ये सिर्फ एक क्लास देख के चले जाइए, तो 60 से 8 क्वेश्चन आपके आराम से फंस जाएंगे। और मैं आपको बता देती हूँ कि मैंने प्लेलिस्ट बना दी है, तो आपको वीडियो ढूंढने में दिक्कत नहीं होगी। पेपर में जब आप देने जाएँ तो उसके पहले ये 3 वीडियो एक बार फास्ट रिवीजन करके, यानी कि उसकी स्पीड बढ़ा लीजिए, एक बार देख के ज़रूर जाएँ। अब चलिए हम लोग अपने क्वेश्चंस की तरफ चलते हैं। हमारा जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है इसका, व्हाट इज़ द मेन थीम ऑफ शेक्सपियर सोनेट्स। दोस्तों, एक रिक्वेस्ट है आप लोगों से कि आप लोग जब पेपर दे के आएँ तो उसके बाद कमेंट करके ज़रूर बताइएगा कि पेपर कैसा हुआ। और प्लीज़ आप लोग अपना जो पेपर है वो मेरे टेलीग्राम चैनल एग्ज़ाम लर्निंग एकेडमी में भेज दीजिएगा। अगर आपको पीडीएफ नहीं बनाना है तो आप पीडीएफ मत बनाइएगा, सिर्फ आपके 4 पेज होते हैं, आप उनकी फ़ोटो खींच के उसमें प्लीज़ डाल दीजिएगा।
Answer. Shakespeare's sonnets mainly explore the themes of love, time, beauty, and mortality. He often writes about the internal nature of true love and how poetry can immortalize beauty even as time passes. The sonnets are also deeply personal, reflecting on friendship, jealousy, the passage of time, and the fear of aging or loss. In Sonnet 116, for instance, he defines true love as constant and unchanging. His sonnets blend philosophy, emotion and lyrical beauty. फ्रेंड्स, मैंने यहाँ पे आपके लिए हिंदी में भी इसको दे रखा है, तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि इसका बेसिक अर्थ क्या है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, राइट अ नोट ऑन एलेजी. An elegy is a mournful, reflective poem that expresses sorrow over the death of an individual or the loss of something valuable. It is usually serious in tone and focuses on themes like death, loss, memory, and the passage of time. Thomas Gray's elegy, written in a country churchyard, is a famous example where the poet meditates on the forgotten lives of common villagers and the inevitably of death. Elegies often move from grief to consolation. यहाँ पे भी मैंने इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, आप पढ़ लीजिएगा। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, what do you understand by allegory? Answer. An allegory is a literary or poetic device in which characters, events or setting represent abstract ideas or moral qualities. It is a story with a double meaning, the surface meaning and the symbolic meaning. Allegories are often used to convey moral, religious or political message. Allegory makes abstract concept more understandable and relatable. फ्रेंड्स, इसका भी हिंदी का एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, आप पढ़ लीजिएगा। क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, व्हाट इज हीरोइक कपलेट? आंसर. A heroic couplet is a pair of rhymed lines in iambic pentameter, often used in epic and narrative poetry. It was especially popular in 18th century English poetry, notably used by Alexander Pope in Essay on Man and the Rape of the Lock. Heroic couplets are balanced, formal, and often express philosophical or moral ideas in a neat and memorable way. Example: Hope spring internal in the human breast. Man never is but always to be blessed. Pope. इसका भी हिंदी का एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, आप पढ़ लीजिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. What is irony and its different types? Answer. Irony is a literary device where the intended meaning differs from the literal meaning. It adds depth, humor, or insight to literature. Types of irony. Verbal irony, saying one thing but meaning the opposite. Example, saying great weather during a storm. 2. Situationally irony, where the outcome is opposite of what is expected. Example, a fire station burns down. 3rd, dramatic irony, the audience knows something that the character does not commonly seen in plays. Irony is used to expose human flaws, contradictions और social criticism. उसका भी हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, पढ़ लीजिएगा. Question number 6. What do you understand by Romanticism? Answer. Romanticism was a literary and artistic movement, late 18th, early 19th century, that emphasized emotion, imagination, nature, individualism, and freedom of expression. It was a reaction against the rationalism and order of enlightenment and the mechanization of the industrial age. Romantic poets like Wordsworth, Coleridge, Sally Keats, and Byron celebrates the beauty of nature, the innocence of childhood, and the value of personal emotion and institution over logic. Romanticism often includes spiritual longings, idealism, and love for the nature world. फ्रेंड्स, मैंने इसका ये हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे दिया है, आप इसे अच्छे से पढ़ लीजिएगा तो आपको इसका जो बेसिक मीनिंग है वो भी आपको अच्छे से समझ आ जाएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 7. व्हाट इज़ द बैलेड? आंसर. A ballad is a narrative poem that tells a story in a simple rhythmic style. It often deals with the themes like love or heroism and is written in quatrains with a rhyme scheme, usually A, B, C, B. Ballads often include dialogue, repetition, and strong emotion and were originally meant to be sung. फ्रेंड्स, इसका भी हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, इसे पढ़ लीजिएगा. इससे आपको जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग के साथ साथ आप इसे याद भी करेंगे, उसमें भी आपको हेल्प होगी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. व्हाट आर की फीचर्स ऑफ अ सोनेट? आंसर. A sonnet is a 14-line poem written in iambic pentameter. It follows a specific rhyme scheme like Shakespearean AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG. It usually explores a single theme or idea, often involving a problem or conflict, and often concludes with a resolution or a twist in a thought. Sonnets include a volta or shift in thought. फ्रेंड्स, इसका भी हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, आराम से पढ़ लीजिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. व्हाट इज आयरनी? आंसर. Irony is a figure of speech where the intended meaning is opposite the literal meaning. It is used to create humor, sarcasm, or deep reflection. For example, saying "What a pleasant day" during a storm is verbal irony. In poetry, irony highlights contradiction in human life, often exposing truth indirectly. Dramatic irony occurs when the audience knows something the character doesn't. Irony adds depth, surprise, and emotional impact to the literature and poetry. फ्रेंड्स, इसका भी हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, पढ़ लीजिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 10. Define stressed and unstressed syllables. Answer. In English poetry, syllables are the sound that make up words. A stressed syllabus is pronounced louder and with more force, while an unstressed syllabus is spoken softer and quicker. These patterns create rhythm and musical quality in poetry. फ्रेंड्स, इसका भी मैंने हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है, इसे पढ़ लीजिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. What is the central idea of the poem Break, Break, Break? Answer. Alfred Lord Tenny's poem Break, Break, Break expresses grief and sorrow over the death of a loved one. The poet watches waves breaking on the shore and feels deep sadness as nature continues unchanged while he mourns. He contrasts his inner pain with the joy of others, children playing and sailors working, highlighting his sense of loss and isolation. The central idea is that grief is a personal and unchanging, and even though life goes on, emotional pains remains constant. The sea becomes a symbol of internal and indifferent flow of life. फ्रेंड्स, इसका भी हिंदी का एक्सप्लेनेशन मैंने दे रखा है, आप हिंदी का एक्सप्लेनेशन ज़रूर पढ़ते रहिएगा, इससे आपको समझ आता रहेगा कि क्वेश्चन अपने एक्सप्लेन क्या करना चाह रहा है. फ्रेंड्स, अब ये लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 12. What is the central idea of the poem Church Going? Answer. The central idea of the Philip Larkin's poem Church Going is the decline of religious faith in modern society and the continuing symbolic importance of churches even in a secular age. Larkin visits an empty church casually and reflects on its significance. Though he is skeptical and non-religious, he is drawn to the solemnity and tradition the church represents. He wonders what will happen to church when people stop believing in religion. Yet, he concludes that churches will always hold meaning because they mark important moments in human life, birth, marriage, death, and reflect human longing for seriousness and purpose. The poem deals with themes like loss of faith, modern skepticism, spiritual emptiness, need for ritual and meaning. Despite his doubts, Larkin admits that people will continue to visit church not just for religious reason but for a deeper connection to life seriousness. Thus, the central idea is that even in a secular world, churches remain important cultural and emotional symbols, places where people confront life, death and meanings. फ्रेंड्स, मैंने इसका ये हिंदी का एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रखा है. चूँकि ये लॉन्ग क्वेश्चंस हैं तो इनको आप इनकी हिंदी ज़रूर पढ़ लीजिएगा, तो इनको आपको समझने में भी बेहतर होगा और याद करने में भी.
दोस्तों, आप लोग क्वेश्चन की नंबरिंग पे मत जाइएगा क्योंकि मैंने इस वीडियो में सिर्फ आपके मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन लिए और ये दूसरे पीडीएफ में आपके सारे टाइप थे. मैंने वहाँ से सिर्फ मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट ही क्वेश्चन आपकी इस वीडियो में कराए हैं, तो मैंने वहाँ से कॉपी पेस्ट यहाँ पे किया है. तो जो नंबरिंग वहाँ पड़ी थी वही नंबरिंग आपकी इस क्वेश्चन में दिख रही है. आप लोग सिर्फ क्वेश्चन और उसके आंसर पे ध्यान दीजिए. तो आपका इसमें अगला क्वेश्चन है,
What is Victorian compromise? Answer. The Victorian compromise refers to the social and moral balancing act that characterized the Victorian era in 19th century England. The Industrial Revolution and the growth of science challenged traditional religious beliefs, but society tried to maintain a compromise between old moral values and modern ideas. Writers like Charles Dickens and Alfred Lord Tennyson reflected this internal conflict in their works. The compromise shows how people tried to balance tradition and modernity during a time of rapid change. The Victorian compromise was an effort to reconcile spiritual beliefs with modern progress, maintaining public morality while adjusting to a rapidly changed world. This led to a kind of compromise between old values and new realities. फ्रेंड्स, ये हिंदी का एक्सप्लेनेशन है, आप इसे पढ़ लीजिएगा तो आपको अच्छे से क्लियर हो जाएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. Who is the speaker in Browning's poem My Last Duchess and what type of a person is he? Answer. The speaker in My Last Duchess is a duke, a proud and aristocratic man who shows a portrait of his late wife to a visitor and indirectly reveals the reason behind her death. He is a selfish, controlling and jealous person. His speech indicates that he disliked his wife's simplicity and her friendly behavior towards others. The Duke's ego, sense of ownership, and lack of empathy are clearly reflected in the poem. He is a deeply patriarchal and egocentric character who values power more than emotional connection. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे भी पढ़ लीजिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. What are the main characteristics of modern age of English poetry? Answer. Modern English poetry from the early 20th century broke away from the traditional forms and experimented with new style. Key features include: first, realism, depicting harsh truth of lives. Second, inner psychology, exploring the human mind and introspection. Third, complex thoughts, questioning existence, time and meaning. Fourth, experimentation, use of free verse and breaking conventional structure. Fifth, mood of despair and alienation influenced by two words war. Sixth, individualism and self-reflection. 7. Critique of old religious and social order. Poets like T.S. Eliot, W.B. Yeats and Philip Larkin are major figure of the modern era. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप अच्छे से पढ़ लीजिएगा. Question number 4. Write a note on Tennyson as a melodious poet with reference to break, break, break. Answer. Alfred Lord Tennyson is known for the musical quality of his verse. In Break, 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 the repetition of the word break and the smooth flow of rhythm reflect to the movement of sea waves. His use of alliteration, imagery, and cadence creates a melancholic yet melodious atmosphere. The poem expresses deep sorrow and longing for a lost friend. The sound of the waves echoes the speaker's inner grief. Tennyson's mastery in sound and structure makes the poem emotionally resonant and musically appealing. Thus, he is rightly praised as a melodious poet whose verse combines sound, rhythm and emotion beautifully. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप देख लीजिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. गिव द सेंट्रल आइडिया ऑफ द पोएम द लेक आइसल ऑफ इनिसफ्री. आंसर. W.B. Yeats' poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree expressed the poet's yearning for peace and simplicity found in nature. The central idea in the contrast between the noisy modern world and the serene beauty of nature. The poet dreams of living alone in a small cabin of Innisfree, surrounded by bees, lake, water, and naturally harmony. Innisfree becomes a symbol of spiritual escape and inner calm. Though he lives in the city, and the thought of Innisfree brings him peace. The poem reflects Yeats' romantic vision and deep human desire for solitude and connection with nature. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप अच्छे से देख लीजिएगा, आपको और क्लियर हो जाएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. व्हाट इज़ द थीम ऑफ पोएम चर्च गोइंग? आंसर. द मेन थीम ऑफ फिलिप लर्किन church going is the loss of religious faith in the modern world and the lasting emotional values of churches. The speaker, though non-religious, feels drawn to the quietness and seriousness of church. He reflects on what will happen to such places when belief fades. Despite doubts, the poem suggests that church will continue to matter because they represent ritual, reflection, and the human connection to life's deeper moments. The poem blends skepticism with spiritual longing, showing that even without faith, humans need sacred spaces. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप अच्छे से देख लीजिएगा. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप अच्छे से देख लीजिएगा. फ्रेंड्स, ये मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 7. राइट एन एसे ऑन न्यू क्लासिकल पोइट्री विद स्पेशल रेफरेंस टू अलेक्जेंडर पोप. आंसर. न्यू क्लासिकल पोइट्री 1660 से 1798 emphasized reason, order, balance, decorum and imitation classic Greek and Roman art. It reacted against the emotional excess of Renaissance and focused on intellect, wit, satire, and moral instruction. Alexander Pope is the most significant poem of this age. His poetry reflects the core values of neoclassicism: clarity, logic, harmony, and a focus on human nature and the society. His major works like Essay on Man, The Rape of the Lock, and the Dunciad showcase his use of heroic couplets, satire, and philosophical reasoning. In Essay on Man, Pope explores man's position in universe and emphasizes rational thought and acceptance. His style is polished with balanced lines and aphoristic wit. He believed poetry should instruct as well as delight. Thus, Pope represents the essence of neoclassical ideas: moral reflection, satirical tone, and classical form, making him a key figure of age. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप देख लीजिएगा, आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा. Question number 8. Discuss Wordsworth as a poet of nature. Answer. William Wordsworth is widely known as poet of nature. For him, nature was not just a backdrop for poetry, but a living spirit and a moral teacher. He believed that nature could elevate the human mind, heal sorrows, and bring spiritual peace. In the poem, Like the Word is Too Much with Us, Wordsworth laments how modern humans have become disconnected from nature due to materialism. He celebrates nature's beauty and power in poems like Tintern Abbey and Daffodils. His nature is not wild or destructive, but calm, nurturing, and filled with divine presence. He saw God in nature and believed it could teach simplicity, truth, and morality. Thus, Wordsworth's poetry reflects his deep spiritual connection with nature, making him the true representative of romantic nature poetry. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप देख लीजिएगा. Question number 9. Discuss John Keats as a poet of sensuousness and beauty. Answer. John Keats is known as a poet of sensuousness, energy, and aesthetic beauty. He believed that a thing of beauty is a joy forever, and that poetry should appeal to the senses and emotions rather than intellect alone. Keats' poems are filled with rich visual, auditory, and tactile imagery. The taste of wine and the sound of music, the feel of flowers, and the beauty of Greek urn. In Ode of a Nightingale, Ode of a Greek urn, and to Autumn, he celebrates the beauty of nature, arts, and fleeting human experiences. He idealized beauty even when it was linked with death or pain. For him, beauty was truth, and truth was beauty. The central idea to his poetic philosophy. Keats' language is musical, filled with soft sounds, rich metaphors, and harmonious rhythm. His poems evoke deep emotional and sensory responses. Therefore, Keats remains the supreme romantic poet of beauty and sensuousness, who found spiritual meaning through heart, nature, and human imagination. फ्रेंड्स, ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे आप देख लीजिएगा, ये आपको हेल्प करेगा अच्छे से समझने में. फ्रेंड्स, ये आपको काफ़ी बड़े आंसर्स दिख रहे होंगे, लेकिन जो आपके क्वेश्चन पेपर में भी लॉन्ग आंसर्स होते हैं, उनकी लिमिट्स लिखी होती है कि 500 वर्ड्स तक आपको उनको लिखना होता है. तो ये सारे आंसर्स मैंने अराउंड 400 वर्ड्स में कवर किए हुए हैं, तो आप इन्हें लॉन्ग आंसर्स की तरह ही लिखिएगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 10. द लव सॉन्ग ऑफ J. Alfred Prufrock is a critic of modern civilization. Discuss. Answer. T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is a powerful critique of modern urban life and the spiritual emptiness. The poem reflects the anxiety, indecision, and isolation of modern individuals in a fragmented world. Prufrock, the speaker, is an insecure man who is unable to express himself or connect with others. He is paralyzed by fear of judgment and lost in endless self-doubt. He repetitive questions like, "Do I dare?" show the confusion and disillusionment of the modern mind. The modern city is portrayed as dirty, foggy, and soulless, filled with shallow conversations and meaningless routines. Eliot represents a world lacking purpose, love, and spiritual depth. Thus, the poem exposes modern civilization's emotional sterility, spiritual crisis, and loss of identity, using modernist techniques like stream of consciousness, fragmentation, and irony. फ्रेंड्स ये इसका हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन है, इसे पढ़ लीजिएगा आप. Question number 11. Write a critical appreciation of the poem On His Blindness. Answer. John Milton's On His Blindness is a deeply personal and philosophical sonnet that reflects on the poet's struggle with loss of sight and his role in serving God despite his disability. The poem is written in patriarchal sonnet from octave and sestet with a rhyme scheme ABBA, ABBA, CDE, CDE. In the octave, Milton expressed his despair that his one talent, his poetic gift, is now loaded with my useless due to his blindness. He fears he will be judged by God for not using his abilities. In the sestet, Milton arrives at a spiritual realization. God doesn't require the great work, but patient submission. He learns that even those who stand and wait serve God. The poem's tone moves from frustration to acceptance, and its message is one of faith, humility, and devotion. The use of biblical allusion, metaphors like light and rain, and the personification of patience enrich the poem. Thus, the poem is not just about physical blindness but about spiritual vision, making it one of the Milton's most profound and inspirational works. Question number 12. What is the theme of poem Ode to Nightingale? Answer. John Keats' Ode to Nightingale explored the theme of transitions of life, the preeminence of art, and the contrast between reality and imagination. The poems begin with the speaker listening to the melodious song of a nightingale, which inspire him to escape the pain and worries of the real world. He invites the bird's carefree existence and wishes to join it through wine, imagination, or even death. Keats contrasts the eternal beauty of the nightingale's song with the suffering and mortality of human life. He reflects on death not as something fearful but as a release from sorrow. However, he realizes that he can't fully escape reality. The poem also emphasizes the power of poetry and imagination to transcend time, and the bird song has been heard by generations. The central theme is the conflict between the ideal and the real, joy and sorrow, the internal and the temporary. Through rich imagery and sensuous language, Keats elevates the nightingale into a symbol of internal art and beauty. Question number 13. Critically appreciate the poem Elegy written in a country churchyard. Answer. Thomas Gray's Elegy written in a country churchyard is a meditative and reflective poem that mourns the lives of humble, unknown villagers buried in a graveyard. The poem begins with a calm rural evening and transitions into a philosophical meditation on death and human destiny. Gray emphasized that death is the great equalizer, rich or poor, all must die. He praises the simple virtues of the poor who lived honest life away from fame or recognition. Gray also reflects on missed opportunities, suggesting that even these unknown villagers may have great potential. The tone is melancholic but dignified, and the style is elegant and musical with a steady ABAB rhyme scheme. This elegy is not just about death but also about human dignity, the value of humble lives, and the fleeting nature of fame. Question number 14. Write a note on poet qualities of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Answer. Elizabeth Barrett Browning was a prominent Victorian poet known for her deep emotional expression, romantic intensity, and social concern. Her most famous works, Sonnets from the Portuguese, showcases her lyrical mastery and personal feelings of love, devotion, and spiritual union. Her poetry often combines intellectual depth with emotional warmth. She used traditional forms like the sonnet but filled them with fresh personal themes. Apart from love poetry, she also wrote on social issues like child labor and the role of women in society. Example, The Cry of the Children. Her language is rich, ornate, and filled with religious imagery, classical references, and moral earnestness. Thus, Elizabeth Barrett Browning's poetry stands out for its emotional intensity, moral seriousness, and lyrical beauty. Question number 15. How does Donne reflect metaphysical elements in his poetry? Explain with reference to a valediction forbidding mourning. Answer. John Donne is considered the leading poet of metaphysical school. His poetry is known for intellectual depth, philosophical ideas, conceits, and paradox. In a valediction forbidding mourning, Donne confirmed his beloved. In a valediction forbidding mourning, Donne confronts his beloved as they part, saying that their love is not physical but spiritual and enduring. He used conceits such as comparing their souls to a compass where one stayed fixed while the others moves, yet they remain connected. The poem blends science, philosophy, and emotion, a hallmark of metaphysical poetry. It also reflects with unusual imagery and intellectual reasoning, elevating love beyond the physical to the divine and eternal. Thus, Donne's use of metaphysical elements makes his poem thought-provoking, original, and emotionally resonant. Question number 16. Define rhetoric and prosody. Rhetoric is the art of effective expression in the speech of writing. In poetry, it refers to ornamental language that enhances expression, such as the use of figures of speech, parallelism, repetition, and rhetorical questions. It aims to persuade, move, or impress the audience through the power of language. Prosody is the study of the rhythm, sound, and the structure of poetry. It includes analysis of meter, metrical pattern, rhyme scheme, stanza forms, and the sound devices like alteration, assonance, and the caesura. In English poetry, common metrical feet include iamb, trochee, and dacty, and the anapast. Together, rhetoric and prosody help in understanding the aesthetic and expressive element of poem. Question number 17. Write a note on T.S. Eliot as a poet. Answer. T.S. Eliot was a modernist poet known for his intellectual depth, fragmented style, and the themes of alienation, spiritual emptiness, and modern chaos. His most famous poem, The Vast Land, reflects the disillusionment of the post-World War I society. In the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock, he portrays a modern man who is hesitant, insecure, and trapped in a meaningless world. Eliot's poetry uses myth, religious symbolism, classical references, and the shifting voice. He introduced free verse and stream of consciousness style to modern English poetry. His language is dense, ironic, and often challenging. Eliot's influence reshaped English poetry in 20th century. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature 1948 for his profound impact on modern poetry.
तो फ्रेंड्स, ये थे आपके मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन। तो चलिए मन लगा के पढ़िए, बेस्ट ऑफ लक आपके एग्ज़ाम के लिए, और वीडियो देखने के लिए धन्यवाद।